the most important experience I'm drawing on here is my 15 years at the Institute for the Study of Totalitarian Regimes in Prague, where I have set up and run the Department of Education. So apart from me being researcher, I also try to draw on my personal experience and also inspirations from abroad. We have heard a number of very interesting and fruitful comments, some on the demand coming from schools, a lot of regarding the institute, the authority, and its intent to enter the educational arena, but also a lot of experience from abroad regarding the use of archives, the approach to teaching state socialist or communist history, and so on. So I will try to very briefly touch upon a few points I find especially important when it comes to the situation of educational practice regarding something that might be seen and at places is seen as controversial as communist history. And I'm not here to lecture the domestic Albanian on the domestic Albanian situation, because by no means I'm an expert, but I believe I have some insight into the problems one may face. So first thing, when I was asked to participate was to think about the very different demands and very different stakeholders, very different groups. There's the formal school education that has some sort of interest and some aims, objectives. And there are historians, archivists, activists, and politicians. We have heard a lot about what schools should do, what students should know, what is important, what is significant. But if we take active learning and critical, both students and teachers as real, then the significance is being constructed, is being made by them as well. So we need to perhaps go halfway towards the demands and expectations of schools. If we, as historians or history educators or archivists or activists, think that communist history is somehow important and might be enhancing and fruitfully complementing the current curriculum. So what does that actually mean, going halfway? I think what needs to be done from the side of the offer, here it would be the authority. In our case, it was the Institute for the Study of Totalitarian Regimes, is to think about not only the so-called first order objectives, to learn about the files, to learn about state security, but also what else can we learn with the files and with the substantial topic of security. We can think about perspectives in history. Vít was recently speaking about multi-perspectivity. We can think about media. A lot has been said about inquiry skills. Archivists being able, to some extent, with the help of educators, to offer material, to learn how to deal with texts and different media. And perhaps from my point of view, also memory. If you recall the BSTU's educational program, they make their story part of the educational goals. So even disputes within, like, memory wars, disputes within the public domain, the way communist history is being perceived, either in public domain directly or through popular culture. Please, if you can open the website Socialism Realized. And I wanted to tell you that this, at least from my point of view, is not efficient to be done in very theoretical terms, but very practical ones. So what we try to do, and it's not that original, is to build some of the principles right into the architecture of our educational tool. So the Socialism Realized website, with which I'm going to work a bit tomorrow during the workshop, if you might enter the catalog, go to the catalog. Apart from other things, consists of catalogs of primary sources that are complemented with go to catalog, complemented with questions for the students to be able to describe, analyze, and interpret these sources. Go to catalog on the upper corner. Great. But it already sort of indirectly or naturally shows the student some important feature, and that is these axes, these filters through which you can get to a particular material is organized by perspectives. So if you may just hover over the perspectives, please. Go over the perspectives or click on the perspectives. Yes. So it shows the perspective of not only repression, but also memory, like ordinary life, personal story, and others. Then there are other ways to approach the materials. So multi-perspectivity right in the architecture. So if we may continue with the slides. So higher learning objectives, such as learning to deal with primary sources. From the fourth slide, please. Learning to be able to deal with primary sources. Learning to be able to analyze manifestations of collective or cultural memory. Next slide, please. Anyone aware of what this could mean? With this slide, I'm simply calling for evidence-based development, meaning if you develop tools, you should be aware of their working in the field first before launching them. That's my principle, and I suppose it is not original, but quite for some time, from 2008 till 2011, we were surprised and again surprised how different approaches bent our original intent, and how our original ideas were not met in the field. So what we have started is to try everything beforehand, proof of concept. This is very sophisticated network analysis of a single questionnaire. You don't, everyone doesn't have to do such an analysis of effects of your tools. Next slide, please. But what I find indispensable, at least in my work, is to see in numerous cases how this draft tool works in a classroom, consulted with teachers, try to adjust it according to the needs and results from the field. So kind of never-ending dialogue, but testing the things and adjusting them at least each time. At least the language is changed. The question wording is changed. Sometimes the whole conception doesn't simply work, and we wanted to know about that. Next slide. Um, this was largely covered, and I will touch it tomorrow. So what we have found out to be especially rewarding is to provide space for analysis at the sites, including the archive itself. It's demanding, but if a proper educational program is developed, then many of the archivists can take part in that as well. Next slide. Tomorrow, concluding with a very short summary, I suppose there are principles that might not be that visible, and I really admire critical thinking, but just the phrase is not enough, and we, I think, need to go towards the demand, both when it comes to teachers and students, try to make things more attractive and also more working towards bigger aims and bigger objectives than only teach about state security. And we should try to do that in a structured way rather than me or you lecturing, try to give the students and the teachers the tools. Thank you very much.